Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm Talia.
And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle, under pressure never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hustle Podcast. And today we got a young gunner in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got my man, Dante Crooks.
You already know, man.
What
it's
up?
Dante Crooks in the cut, man.
Dante Crooks in the cut.
Oh, we here.
Dante, I'll be completely honest with you. I checked YouTube. I found a handful of music. But everything that I've heard on YouTube is fucking fantastic. It's fire. Yeah, I swear to God, if I could describe it to something that I listen to, it would be like Key Glock, Young Dolph, you know what I mean?
I'm liking those comparisons still,
That's what I feel like when I hear it. The energy was there.
It's all about the quality, not necessarily the quantity, you know? So I've been making music for a little bit, but not necessarily to the fullest extent. So now I'm really trying to take it to another level, be slower with it, but like do it properly, you know?
Okay.
So that's really what it's about.
So I'm assuming for all the viewers out there, majority of the viewers, they're like me. They do not know much about Dante Crooks.
For sure.
So that's why you're on the podcast. So you
Kinda
can
like
let
The
people
Weeknd.
know. Exactly. You're going to let people know a little bit about Dante. Tell us, like, first of all, how old are you, bro? Like,
I'm 21.
21. See this? That's a young gunner right here. That's what I'm
People
talking
be
about.
thinking I'm 25 or whatever, you know?
You got a big stature, you know what I mean? So when I
Exactly.
see, like, you're double my size right there. So I'm like, yo, this guy, like... but I get the young vibes.
Mhm.
So I know right there off the bat, I'm like, yo, this guy is like up and coming, young, you know what I mean? You're hungry.
Always hungry.
Yeah, and
That's
I
why
can...
I'm so big, you know? Always hungry, looking for the next opportunity, man. That's what we're doing.
Tell us, what neighborhood you coming from, bro?
So me, basically, I'm from the West Island. I moved everywhere. Like, yo, we were in St. Henry, moved to Villamar, DDO. I went to Vaudreuil. From there, I went to high school, grew up more there, you know? So that's where I'm from. And yeah, man, it was kind of rough because being one of the only black guys there, and then I'm huge, you know? So it's like I stand out like a sore thumb, but it's like I still made my way and like I still became who I am today, you know?
Are we talking about like Vaudreuil and stuff like that? Because I know Vaudreuil could be a little white out there, you know?
A little very white, you know what I mean? So
you got the West too. The West is a lot of Arabs. A lot of Arabs
yeah,
in the West.
yeah.
But one thing you got going for you is the English.
Exactly.
So when you're out there, you know, how's the French? You good in French? Or?
Yo, I'm 100% bilingual, you know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
We're in Quebec at the end of the day, so if you want to get by and shit, you know, you got
I'm trying to get by.
faut parler le langage. Oh, yeah, man.
I'm trying to get by, but for me, French is like I've been here my whole life, bro. French is still not sticking with me.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, as long as you could do your 1-2, go grocery shopping or like talk to your clients, and
I'm good.
you know, that's all that matters, man.
I can't get those freaky bitches, but you know what I mean?
feel like some of these French girls like the English guys, man. Yo, show them a little bling bling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get it popping.
You can get it, bro. But at the end of the day, it's not the same, bro. It's not like, yo, you're gonna sit down with that girl.
No, I feel that.
Full 100% English.
Even me, I
speaking.
speak French, and like sometimes there's that disconnection, you know, because you're
Exactly.
not as comfortable with it.
Exactly.
It happens.
Okay, Dante, tell us. You said you bounced around. You're Villamar, you're Vaudreuil, West. You know what I mean? Why all that moving?
Family, you know, like I never really had control over where I wanted to move up until I was living in Vaudreuil, and I was like, yo, let me get the fuck out of here, you know. Too white, like we were saying, right? So I had to go back to the city and really, at the end of the day, if you're in the music industry, like you can't be in the burbs hidden and think you can really do much, right? So I wanted to get my face out there, really like show people like I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of moving because of the family, like just trying to get into better positions, bigger and better houses, stuff like that. Getting me and like my little sister out of like the way, better opportunities, just showing us like white picket fence type life, you know? So at the end of the day, I'm super grateful for that because Maz could have been living anywhere and turned out to be like some grimy type dude, you know? And like I have a head on my shoulders and stuff like that, so I'm super grateful for real.
Yeah, look, for 21, bro, a lot of people, a lot of 21-year-olds nowadays, they don't have, like you said, their head on their shoulder. You know what I mean? They're all wild, running the streets.
Call them
and
crash outs.
Crash outs. That's so crash outs. I'm too old for that term. I don't even know.
You'll learn it. Don't worry, I got you.
So yeah, you know, these crash outs and everything. You're not a crash out, bro.
Nah, man, it can't be a crash out. Me, I see longevity. You know, like this life shit. It's all about being in a marathon. It's not a race. I feel like year by year you evolve as a person. You become better. You learn. You mature. You understand what you want from life more. So that's really where I'm at right now. You know, like I kind of feel like I know what I want from life. So it's all about reaching that slowly but surely, like accomplishing different things, you know?
I think you probably don't realize how lucky you are right now.
Oh, for me, I'm super lucky.
You're in the right era.
For sure.
Everything is bubbling right now. It's like, you know, when you have that soup, bro, and like it's like about to overflow.
Yeah.
Like right now, the shit is bubbling in the city. Back in my day, we were rapping just to rap, bro. You know what I mean?
I feel like there was like a one point in time, like maybe 2010, like people were actually looking at Montreal, though.
Around 2010.
People were getting signed, Boy Blue.
There wasn't no actual signages or anything, but back then it's like there was the new money era.
Okay.
So people like took it upon themselves, like, yo, you're not playing us at the radio. So you had mags, you had the dirt work, you had everybody went to storm the radio station, you know what I mean? So there was like that era of like attitude. And like that's when people started looking at Montreal.
Trying to break through. Like
Blicky was doing his thing, and
yeah.
Then you have Blicky, he went to TO. He's in TO, you know what I mean? He's reps up, OVO, shit
People
like
fly
that.
to Toronto, you know, they get out of the city.
Exactly.
And that's what sucks, man.
But all those moves that were made back then, all these moves, and that didn't amount to much back then, it's like what paved the way for you guys now.
100%.
That's making it easier to like get a buck off music. It's making easier to get fans. It's making easier for like I wouldn't say your style of music was popping back then or anything, but
hell no.
Now, like every French motherfucker right now, bro, wants to listen to that type of music. You know what I mean? And with that language barrier there's no language barrier when it comes to music anymore. To digesting the music. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. Digesting it, because like whether it's English, Arab, Spanish, Afrobeat, you can recognize good music. And you can appreciate it even if it's not going to be in your playlist or whatever, right? So I definitely agree with that. I feel like in the city specifically, we do have a language barrier when it comes to English artists, because like I feel like we're not getting the same push that these French artists are getting. And like granted, that's all good because we're in Quebec, right? So it's French first.
That's politics right there. The reason why that push will never happen for the English artists in the city is because we live in Quebec, like you said, and you have a guy named Francois Legault.
Or whoever.
Or whoever. He that shall not be named.
There you go.
And you have the whole entourage, the whole political party that we got to save the French language. And how do we save the French language? By not funding music that you're going to make that's in English.
Because they know, like, the power that we actually hold, you know? And that's why, like, I feel like the English community is going to reach a plateau at a certain point in the city, and it's never going to go far. You got to go to the States. You got to go to Toronto. A lot of guys have cases, can't even go to the States, right? So it's like, where am I going to go? France? They don't care about me out here. I'm English, right?
That's right.
So it's like a dilemma, and like I'm always questioning myself, like, how do I maneuver through this, you know? Because at the same time, it's like, I want to show love to the city. I feel like it's super important to come up in your city, be known in your city, do shows in your city, be a part of the community, you know, parlay with other artists and guys like you know, that are doing podcasts like this. Shout out to you once again, you know? So I feel like that's super important to do, but at the same time, it's like we have to take that extra step of leaving to actually be recognized in our own city.
No, like we just mentioned, you said like the French artists are getting the push, right? The grant money is going in that direction, all the funding. But even those French guys 10, 15 years ago, you did not see these big budget videos that you're seeing today, like Soulja, like
Gloss and all those.
Soulja, 5 4
yeah.
So you have all these guys, you know what I mean? There's this budget behind everything right now. But for an English artist like you got to do an 8-hustler move. You got to pack the bags, go to LA,
and
bro.
fly out, Shabo, go to Detroit, wherever.
Exactly.
You know?
You got to make the moves where the market is there. The market, that's the big market.
That's definitely my goal, like 2024. I want to expand. Like, right now I've been like trying to push it to Toronto, outside of our province, and getting it.
I thought you were from Toronto when I first heard you.
That's what most people think.
Yeah,
They're like, yo,
I thought
where
you
you
were
from? The
TO.
States, Toronto?
No.
But it's just how I am, you know?
I know because Big South, he's
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah.
his thing in Ottawa and
Exactly,
stuff, right?
Toronto, yeah.
So I thought you were like,
Shout out all the 40 boys. You already know Wallace, Emmanuel, South, all you guys, Avery. Mm-hmm.
so that's like when I first heard of you, I don't even, I think it was like Wallace posted something and I saw the vid, and right away it's just like I said, bro, I heard Key Glock, you know what I mean?
You know, it speaks to you, man.
Yeah, so
Because
when
you
I
feel
heard
like
that,
that real trap, and you're like, wait, like, this is not from this city. It doesn't feel like it's from here. You
so
know?
that right there, perception-wise,
Exactly.
you got the
I got to
people
take advantage of that,
that
you
take
know?
advantage of that, exactly. Tell us, like, how did you get into the music, though? Like, you're 21, was it
I've really always been into music. Like, you know, some people, they grow up being in sports and stuff like that. Like me, I really grew up in music. Like, my mom used to tell me she would play reggae music as she was pregnant, and I would kick to the beat. So, like, I was born to do this, you know what I mean? Ever since I was young, I would play the piano, like guitar by ear. I would sing, you know? I was super into R&B. Like, I only got into rap, like, as a teenager, for real. I was really into like Chris Brown, Usher, Neo, all those guys, Lloyd Banks, like, you know what I mean? Really harmonizing and shit like that. My older sister, she would sing all the time. So, I mean, I'm trying to compete with her. I'm like, I can sing better than you, you know? And then getting into high school, basically, I went into what they call concentration musique, which is like intensive music. You have more music classes than like whatever, you know? So I was doing that. I used to play instruments like bass clarinet, tenor saxophone. And then at a certain point, I had my laptop. I went to Toronto because I have family out there. And my uncle, he has like a church. So he has a lot of music equipment. So he has sent me like a mic, a keyboard, a few things like that. And he's like, I see what you're doing. I believe in it. So keep going, you know? And I had it at the crib. I was practicing this and that. Had my first laptop. And I'm like, yo, let me try it. So I was using, what is it? Audacity?
No idea.
Anyways,
Sounds legit.
if somebody knows what that is, you know what I'm talking about. That little orange and blue desktop app there. But yeah, I was using that. It sounded terrible. Recording off of my phone, trying different things. And then I cracked, allegedly, Ableton. And from there, I just locked in, man. For the next 2 years, I locked in. Every day I would come home from work. I was working at A&W at the time, you know. So I would finish at 11 o'clock at night. I would get back home. I would make a song. I wouldn't go to sleep until I finished the song. 3, 4 in the morning, my mom's like, yo, turn it off. You know, I'm trying to sleep. Like, it's way too loud. Like, shut it off. And, yeah, I was still trying to whisper, finish a thing. And, like, that's how I got it, man. I just fell in love with it. I would hear these Atlanta guys on live Instagram and just, like, freestyling, punching in. So I got into that from there, you know. I'm like, there should be a more efficient way of doing this than just writing. Like, how are these guys freestyling and thinking of so many different things to say, you know? So I just started punching in, and I went from there.
Yeah, no, the punching method, everybody's doing it lately.
For sure. I'm trying to get more into the writing now. Like, I go into the studio, I'll punch in, but it's going to be a written, you know? Because I'm really trying to make it like a 1, 2, 3 different degree that you can understand, a double, triple entendre, you know?
Yeah, look, if you're going to be in the studio and you're just going off the dome the whole time, it's going to be catchy. It's going to be melodic. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be good, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you really want to put thought into the song, that's people are going to, like, have to sit back and let it soak in another time. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck, he went this way and that way with that one line.
Exactly. Yo, me, I feel like I got, like, a chip on my shoulder, you know? Like, I really want people to understand where I'm coming from, what I'm saying, and, like, understand that, like, yo, I'm not just another young you coming out here and, like, just trying to make some crash out music, right? I'm really trying to make some timeless music. That's what I grew up on. So that's what I want to bring to this world, you know? I might drop a 1-2 that'll cater to the overall ambiance of people, like Red and Cheddar, for example. But then I'm going to drop a Calm It Down where it's more intricate and, you know, like I'm really talking about what's going on in my life, how I'm feeling. And, like, if you get it, you get it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of Calm It Down, like, even like when I think it hit the hook and you switch up and you start, to me that was a little unexpected. I loved it, you know what I mean? I heard it, I'm like, yo, fuck, man, the guy, there's something about it when you add the melodic tone to it, you know what I mean? And you're like, it just, I was mentioning it to Frime and even Amber before, our last guest, that as an artist, whether you're a comedian or a musician, you have that power in you to make people feel a certain way. You can make them feel happy. You can make them feel sad.
That's super important.
So when you're making me feel amped up at that one point in the track, and then you hit me with that melody, and then I'm like in my mood. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, definitely, bro. I can have a biddy right next.
Exactly. It's all about invoking emotions, man. You know, like this music, like it's supposed to be like this. To me, is therapy. Music is my passion. You know, like I don't know what I would do if I wasn't able to listen to music or sing or do whatever. You know. So it's like I want people to really listen to my music and feel it in their soul, in their bones. You know, like understand where I'm coming from. Understand like the pain, like the journey that I'm going through. And then root for me like I'm their favorite football team or whatever, you know? So, like, I'm really trying to get core fans to
come on the journey with you,
come on
bro.
the journey. Simple as that.
Come on the ride. They're gonna this interview too, bro. Just by seeing this interview, they're gonna peel back another layer of.
I'm not a huge like internet person. I be on the social media, you know what I mean? But like to be vlogging and posting what I do all the time, really talk. I don't do that a lot. So these type of podcasts, super useful. You know what I mean? So now you guys know a bit more about me, right?
I think we were outside, we were smoking. You were talking about, you don't know the what's it called, the struggle. You know what I mean? Tell us the struggle, bro.
The struggle, man. The struggle is real. You know what I mean? As an artist, as a young black male, like the struggle is in everything. But I feel like it's super important to go about life. Just taking everything as a lesson, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they go through life and they have hardships and they don't really reflect and see what's going on behind the shades, right? One thing might happen, but it might teach you a very crucial lesson to where next time it happens, you know, okay, yeah, let me not go outside with this certain person, or let me not do this, you know, because this is gonna happen, you know? So I feel like it's like a video game, like you gain certain agilities and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, no, you get your abilities, you know what I mean? Like, let's say, what are those games? Like an open world game, you know
Exactly.
What I mean? You meet some NPCs along the way, bro. Yeah, they're gonna go down that road.
Skyrim or something.
Exactly, Skyrim.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Skyrim.
The superpowers and shit there, and potions.
Okay, like you mentioned, you're basically in the streets, you know what I mean? You're doing your thing. Have you ever got caught up in a situation that so-and-so told you to roll out and this and that, and you're like, yo, why did I even show up for this? Like,
I mean, I feel like that happens to everyone,
exactly.
Whether you're in the streets or not, you know? That's just peer pressure at its finest, man. A person will tell you, yo, come smoke weed, and you never smoked weed before. But just because you want to be a part of the crew or you want to feel like you belong, you're going to go bad tripping in the corner, smoking weed with whoever, you know, just because you don't know how to handle it and you're not in the right environment or doing shrooms or whatever, you know? So I feel like that's definitely a thing.
Yeah, no, like we had the M City Solo on the show a while back, and he talked about, he's like, back in the day I was in the streets, like not in the streets, but I was in the streets with basically like, you just want to be there, you know what I mean? Like,
you're around the environment.
You want to be around the environment, and one of his homies called him up for some beef. And he's like, when you have your homies back, you got your homies back. You're going to show up regardless, right?
For sure.
So he showed up. What happened? He caught a case. And for something that had nothing to do with it.
That's the catch-22. It's like, do you want to be a good friend, or do you want to, like, you know? So that's very subjective to the person in the street, you know? If you're not ready for those consequences that you brought upon yourself, avoid it. It's as simple as that, you know? There's so many. Your friend calls you, you could be like, yo, to be honest, nah, bro, yo. I mean,
it's like, if it ain't life
I
or
got
death,
something
you know
to
what I
do,
mean? Like,
you know
if
what I mean?
It's literally not life or death.
It's not worth it. There's always a way to conversate or deal with the situation in a different manner, you know? A lot of people, once again, crash out, you know? They don't have older people around them telling them, listen, yo, you need to calm down. You need to work on getting a trade, or, you know, open a business so you can, you know, whatever the case may be. But it's like, a lot of people don't have that, and they just go around doing what they feel is right. But what you feel is right, what I feel is right, is not the same thing necessarily, you know? That's subjective to the person. So when you have a ton of reckless people running around doing whatever the fuck they want, you know, you're going to have chaos.
It's anarchy.
If you're in the street, you're gonna absorb that chaos. You're gonna attract that chaos. So it's all about, like, if that's not what you want for yourself, stay out of the street, concentrate on, like, evolving yourself, be a better person, like, meditate, be around the right people, family. That's super important. Like, don't involve yourself in things you're not ready for or that isn't good for you.
You mentioned, like, during pregnancy, bro, you're kicking in the stomach, vibing to the beats and everything.
Yeah.
So music was always in the blood, you know what I mean? You're always like, it was there. When did you have your first drop? Like, when was that first track that you recorded and you're like, yo, I'm ready to drop?
I was in Sec 4. Okay, so, like, the year before I was trying to YouTube thing, because I always been, like, a class clown. Like, I'm like, yo, let me try YouTube. 2016 to 2018, you already know, that's the booming point, Lil Pump, like, everything's going viral, right? So, I'm like, yo, let me try my shot. So, I was doing a little YouTube thing, and then I guess I did a diss track, like, on the next YouTuber, like Rice Gum or Jake Paul or one of them, And then I made the track, and I was like, to be honest, this is dog shit, but it has potential, you know what I mean? It has potential. Like, yo, there's a little flow. Like, it doesn't, like, I've heard worse. I've heard way worse from people that are actually dropping music already. So I'm like, yo, let me try something. So, like I was saying, I was doing a little Audacity at first. I dropped a 1-2 on SoundCloud. The people at my school were actually, like, fucking with it. It was underground, People were fucking with it. So I'm like, yo, okay, I haven't heard hate, so let me keep going. So that was maybe, like, 2018. I was, like, 16 at that time. Yeah.
So what, you were doing the YouTube, you were doing like prank channels or some shit? What were you doing?
So I was doing like reaction videos. To different YouTubers and stuff like that. And
look, bro,
I would try and implement skits in it, wear wigs and shit.
When you have YouTubers making like $8 million a year.
Come on, bro.
Like, I'll try anything.
I want a piece of the pie too. Like, come on. I'm 16. Like, if I can use a computer and make some millions, like, why not?
No, for sure.
For sure.
For me, it's like, I think, like you said, you're 16, perfect age. Go ahead, do it. Me, at this point, it feels like I'm that old man trying to, like, get back in there and, like, let me do a reaction video. I'm 36 years old. Like.
I feel like there's a niche for everything at the end of the day. If you know how to market it properly.
Yeah, I'm going to do travel videos, bro. Everybody's doing travel videos now. I'm going to do travel videos.
Go to DR.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Passport bros, bro.
You know what I mean? Okay, you know. Passport bros, man. Come on. And yeah, like, the music's always been around. My grandfather's actually a reggae artist, huge reggae artist in Montreal. You might know him, Jah Cuttah.
Jah Cuttah.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, you know his guitarist or his bassist, Steven?
Yeah.
So he works at the gym that we go to.
Okay, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, he works at the gym that we go to.
Small world.
And we're supposed to interview Jah Cuttah soon.
What is this? Yo, I need to hit him up. You have to have me on the podcast, Grams. What's going on?
So you have this other dude that goes to the gym, this guy Nico.
Okay.
And he pretty much, he does music with Cuttah and Steven and this and that. And he's like, yo, he wanted to do some podcasts.
Determination,
So we ended up doing a podcast at the gym with one of the bodybuilders. And then he's like, Cuttah and Steven's coming. And I'm like, look, if we do an interview for Jah Cuttah and Steven, I want to do it in the studio. I'm not gonna do it at the gym where
he'll do it, and he's gonna do it with.
Steven came and Cuttah was about to come, and I'm like, no, tell John not to come because I'm not gonna have a guy doing bench presses behind him and he's talking to me about reggae. So we're gonna do it here at the Hustle Podcast. And the funny thing is, because I have a friend of mine as well. You know Yo Shane?
Sounds familiar.
He's a cousin of Cuttah.
Okay.
And I guess it's a thing with Jamaican families that you guys have 30,
me, I
40,
have so
40
many
cousins,
uncles, like, especially on his side, like,
even Jah is like, he's like, what's his name? And I don't know, I showed a picture to Steven. He's like, yeah, he could be my cousin.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's everywhere. I got cousins I don't even know. We're thousands in Montreal. Like,
so you have that music in your blood, bro. You have a renowned reggae artist.
Exactly, my uncle, his son.
Rest in peace to baby Cuttz, bro.
Exactly, King Cuttz. You already know me. I call him King Cuttz. Yo, he really put me onto the rapping shit because, like, he showed me, like, yo, it's possible. He would always come. He's like, yo, Didi, come here, come film me. So I'm there filming him, freestyle and shit, So I always had that in front of me. I'm like, yo, let me try it, man. and it worked. And like, to be honest, I feel like when I go through this journey, while I go through this journey, it's not just me that I'm bringing along, it's him, you know? He's on my back. Pause. Like, we're taking it to the top together, and we're trying to make it, you know? I'm doing what he couldn't do, what he didn't manage to.
So you guys
make
were
happen.
tight?
Super tight. We're born on the same day, April 8th.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? So
That situation was a tragedy, like very sad.
crazy. It actually like turned up the whole
Yeah,
city.
like I don't even, I didn't get into like exactly what happened or anything. You know, it's not my business. But for a father to lose their son like that,
That was like his mini me,
Yeah,
for real,
dude,
for
like,
real, you know?
you know
So
what I mean? It's like, it's the worst thing for, as they always say, a parent should never outlive their children. So when you have to witness that, you know what I mean? And when you have somebody with such a positive background like Cuttah, to see that happen, it's like, it's a shame. It's a shame to see. So my condolences to your family, bro.
I appreciate that, brother, but you know, we live with it. It was tough at first, like, yo, like seeing, because to be honest, like, yo, me, I grew up with like mostly women, you know, and it's strong women, Caribbean
here.
women, you know. And there you go. So
Greek
it's like,
women, not
yeah.
Caribbean.
I feel like any immigrant woman is strong, you know. She's been through a lot, so it's like seeing them like break down and be on some different timing, like really sad about what's going on, like having a loss in the family. Like that really opened my eyes and made me want to just protect everyone and be like, yo, I gotta be the one to grab the torch and really make sure that everyone's blessed, you know? It's like I put this burden on my back, but it's like, it's determination at the same time, motivation, you know? It keeps me up, like, yo, like, I gotta make it. I gotta do something that actually means something, you know? Because it's like, yo, my family moved me to the burbs because they didn't want me to
Get caught up in some
get
shit,
caught
bro.
up in shit, you know? You know, my grandmother one time, she was like, shit, man, if I knew whatever would have happened, I wouldn't even have moved, you know? So that's really what it's all about. Me, I want to become something amazing, something great, and really like show my family, like, look, none of this was for nothing. Like, you know, like, here you go. You already got the bread on the table for me, you know what I mean? So that's really what it's about, man.
Look, you're from a Jamaican family, right? Jamaica. I mentioned this before. Jamaica is one of the smallest countries in the Caribbean.
But it has so much
It
impact,
has so much impact globally.
for sure.
And okay, you're not making reggae or dance hall or anything, but
I mean, that's gonna
you
come
never know.
soon.
You never
That's gonna
know,
come
bro.
soon.
You
Yo, I'm
can-
actually flying out to Jamaica soon, you know?
I might be going to Jamaica with.
Oh, so I'm gonna catch you out there. There you
wait,
go.
look, I don't know what's going on. They want to shoot a documentary and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
But if we go out there, it's gonna be with Cuttah. We're gonna be doing
We're gonna
2
be-
weeks. 2
August?
weeks. I have no idea. But in August, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be in Colombia in August. So
Okay.
might be September, might be October.
I know you fucking with the cartel.
Bro, we are the cartel, bro. Let's go. So yeah, look, if that Jamaica thing happens and you're out there, you never know. Links, bro, links.
I would love to shoot a video out there, you know, get some beautiful Jamaican models, maybe in Dominican if they're on vacation.
Yeah. What part of Jamaica are you from?
So West Cumberland, Kingston, you know.
Kingston's a little rough right now, I hear.
Kingston. I feel like it's always been rough.
I think, yeah, I feel like it's always been
It's
rough. but
always
they
been a rough
They're
thing.
just talking about
We're
it
just
lately.
talking about it
Wait,
now.
why,
We
man?
got social media so people can actually complain properly.
Properly, yeah.
It's not to the phone. Me did that, and I shoot you. You know what I'm saying? They actually post it online and show what's going on and things. So that's really what's going on. But it's always been a little rough. But you know, when you have family there and you're actually cemented there and you're known there, you get by very easy. You know, there's never no problems or nothing like that. I've never experienced nothing.
Yeah, it's a small island. At the end of the day, something pops off. If you're connected and you have family,
You're gonna know about
you're
it.
gonna know about it. You're gonna get your get back. or-
Yeah,
which
yeah,
which it's not even really like that unless it's like on some gang shit.
for sure.
But if it's like some small beef and it's gonna be rectified within
Exactly,
family, you know what I mean?
exactly.
So you got the Caribbean. Another thing too, like when you have that Caribbean vibe, that Jamaican vibe.
It's a little swagger, bro. It's like a
Exactly.
sauce that comes
you got,
with it.
You got that jerk chicken sauce.
You know what
that
I
comes with it,
mean?
you know?
Like,
you got
for
that
sure, for
oxtail
sure.
gravy, bro.
Comes with plantain too.
Exactly.
Dumpling. For sure, man. You got that little sauce. Like, I always learn, yo, you come outside, you dress nice, you're presentable, you look good, you never know who you can meet, you know? So it's always about, like, yo, being receptive. Like, me, I'll be outside, headphones in, looking grimy, bummy, and random people come up to me, ask me for directions. They're like, oh, so how's your day going? No. And I'm like, do I look friendly? Like, I'm not trying to look friendly right now, you know?
No, you look like a friendly guy, bro.
Shit, man.
Regardless of
Lovable.
the gold and everything. I think it's because you always smile. You know that?
I got a big smile.
You got a smile on your face. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good thing.
I use it as it's a strength.
Yeah,
It's a strength.
People see that in the entertainment business. In that industry, bro, you look like you're approachable. You look like you're easy to work with.
I feel like that's definitely a plus, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Advantage.
Like, don't get me wrong. If I see you looking all mean muggish and everything, and I'll be like, maybe steer clear of the guy.
For sure.
You never know. Me, if I'm a producer, a big time guy in LA, and I'm like, yo, this he's on some shit, you know what I mean? He's on some demon time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes people will look and they're like, yo, like, he looks so aggressive. But then they'll talk to me and they're like, whoa, bro, like, wow, I'm shocked. You surprise me. You sound fucking intellectual. Like, you know, you're making sense. You're articulating what you're saying. Like, so I'm a box of surprises, man, I would say, you know? Even with the music, too, like.
So you did that first drop. You did the first drop around 16, 17. How many official songs do we have out right now that are floating on YouTube, on Spotify? And...
Oh, shit. So basically, like, I had a different name before.
Mm-hmm.
It was Young Manny.
Young Manny.
Yeah, my name's not Manny or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know why that was the name, but I had that Young Manny. I was doing a 1-2. And then, like, around 2019, I figured out my name. I'm like, yo, because my second name is Dante. So I'm like, Dante sounds so cool. And then at that time, my uncle had passed, right? So I'm like, yo, me, I need to be the next Cuttah Crooks. Like, what's going on, you know? So Dante Crooks, we got to keep it alive, the name, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm like, that's way more real to me. Who the fuck is Young Manny? And then I would go search up my name on YouTube. I would see Young Manny from the DMV. Like, there's a whole other artist. So I'm like, oh, shit, I fucked up, you know? So I already knew from the jump I had to change it.
I think the way you explained Dante Crooks, the meaning behind it, it really means something, you know what I mean?
100%.
It's a real backstory, unlike Little Manny or Young Manny.
You know what I mean?
Like, I already forgot it.
I didn't want to be a little, so I was like, yo, let me be Young Manny.
I used to be a little, bro. I used to be a little.
I didn't want to be a little, man. I was like, yo, we're in 2018. Little's dead, you know? It's young now.
Yeah. Or even the young. This Dante Crooks, that's smooth, bro.
Dante Crooks.
This guy, it's got a vibe, you know what I mean?
100%.
I haven't heard anything like it. I don't think...
Nobody got that.
Maybe
Search
I'll
up
Google
Dante
it.
CR,
Nothing.
you're going to find it.
Nothing.
You know?
All right. Fuck. What? See, that's
hard.
hard, bro. That's hard. 7 billion people in this world.
Come on.
And there's not one Dante Crooks.
Not one person like me, bro.
You
That
gotta
makes me
pop for it
happen.
now.
Only thing is, I don't know who you are, but on my IG, I'm trying to get the DC in the cut, no underscore at the end. Man, I can't change it because it's some random, like, some old dude from, I don't know, Nebraska or something that got my name, you know?
Probably from Washington, D.C.
Some shit like that. So it's like, yo, bro, like, if you're listening right now and you're searching yourself up, like, I need my name, fam, like, to be honest.
You heard that?
You heard that?
I heard that?
Sure. I'm my guy, yo, pull up with the Columbia card, you know what I'm saying?
So what do we have? What's like next in the works, bro? Like, you have all these tracks. I know you just dropped
So
Calm It
much,
Down
man.
last month, right?
Yeah, we dropped Calm It Down, Playing Fair. We dropped the EP, The Futures and the Present. I got another music video from that EP coming out, Mama's House. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm really trying to switch it up because I feel like, yo, like, people have had enough of the B&B, fast, money, girls, no. It's like, we've seen it. And those videos are still useful because what sells? Sex, money, drugs, right? At the end of the day, some marketing strategy. But I feel like it's time to turn it up a notch, be more cinematic, have, like, once again, a double entendre when it comes to the video, all right? So this next video is going to be completely different than what I'm used to, but I still fuck with it and it still represents me. Like, yo, the song is about basically me just dealing with my exes, you know, like, haunting me, and, like, so that's what you're going to see in the video and shit. So I'm excited for that. If not, I want to hit people with a 1-2 summer jam before the end of the summer, you know, just show people that I got it. Like, the bread and cheddar, the rap shit is nice, but my bread and butter, no gunna, is really the melodic shit, you know what I mean? Like, yo, once again, R&B since I was young, so me, I've always been into the vocals, you know? That's why I even shout out Avery, because he's always been one to like, criticize me, but positivity, you know? Like, constructive criticism when it comes to, yo, when you're on stage, do this, or your backtrack, make sure you take out the ad-libs. If not, it's fucking when you're rapping and this and that. So it's like, yo, I love having this guy, and he's always my backup guy too when we're on stage because I just know his energy is crazy. So shout out you, man.
Nah, Avery's sick. Like,
Dope
he's
guy.
got that
Everybody in
voice.
4040 is dope. Like since I dropped this is what 2019. I dropped a song called Road, and that was like really I'm on the road. That was really a song that hit, and like that's where they found me. Sal hit me up. He's like, yo, this and that, and I locked in with those guys, and like I seen they were genuine. It's not just the music, because I was around certain man them before that were just trying to see me. I was like, okay, yo, he's an ex-soldier. I'm going to come use and, like, corrupt his mind, but I'm going to take advantage of the music, too. And, like, I was seeing it, I was preing it, but, like, I didn't necessarily have the knowledge to maneuver properly.
Yeah.
But it's, like, under the right guidance, man, especially as a youth, like, you're going to understand that, like, you're going to get fucked over. People are gonna, especially me, like, I hear all the time I'm too nice, You're going to get fucked over in whatever business you are. So when you get fucked over, just make sure, like, you learn from it and you don't let it happen again. And one thing I can actually really recommend is contracts. Have shit on paper, man. Because when it's all the yap, and then the shit doesn't happen but you still paid that bread, you're going to feel like shit after, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to want to work with that person. And that's a recipe for bad business, So always have contracts. Always be clear with people. And, like, yeah, man.
I like the fact that you mentioned you're always gonna get fucked in this game.
100%. 100%. Especially as an artist, you're the person getting fucked the most.
It's a guarantee. You know what I mean? There's gonna be something down the road somebody's gonna take advantage of you, take your kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? So what you gotta learn, you just like you said, learn from it and move on. Use it as a learning experience.
No, you can't have hate or nothing in your heart.
Contracts. Like nowadays, like bro, you can literally go on Chat GPT.
Template, boom.
My name is this. I want to drop a contract between so and so. Make it in a professional format. These are the deliverables. In 10 seconds, you will have a contract, and you just copy it, and then you give it a contract, bro.
I feel like AI is like one of the best things that really happen as a business owner or as somebody like on social media. You don't have to really bust your balls trying to get a caption or whatever. Chat GPT.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
Real shit.
Who's Dante listening to right now? If we like looked into if I took out your iPhone,
I low-key gotta look myself if you don't mind.
What are you listening to?
Oh, you got my phone. Basically, I listen to right now. I'm stuck on Rilo Rodriguez. He just dropped an album. That shit crazy. Like I have that on repeat. If not, ESG, Young Dolph, rest in peace. Myself, of course. I got my shit on repeat. If not, the regulars, Dirk, Baby, Drake,
Like the first three that you mentioned, or the first two, I haven't heard of them. I'm gonna check them out.
You gonna find out. No Cap, that's another one.
Check them out. See, I needed some new vibes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck on the old stuff.
Bushman, Toronto, Dr. Bushman. Yo, at first I hated on this nigga. I can't lie. Like I didn't really like the music like that. But like even him, like you really see like the evolution and the sound and shit. And it's like I really fuck with it heavy, So definitely, man. Bushman is another one.
Nice. You've been doing local shows. Have you been doing any out of town shows?
Nah, but that's coming soon. I want to get some shit in Ottawa popping.
Yeah.
Ontario, just mainly. I've been really going in and out Ontario, trying to get the connections. So now it's all about putting it into place. Even Vancouver, I would like to maybe do like Mural Fest or something. So definitely.
No, I think like the songs that I heard, bro, it's definitely something I would hear at a festival.
I appreciate that.
I don't, like I said, I can't remember the performance last time, but I'm pretty sure you got energy on stage. You know what I mean?
Sure. Always got energy. Sometimes too much energy.
If you
so
got
you gotta
the energy,
calm it down.
you got the energy, you got the good music. You're bound to get onto these festivals and everything. You got to do these shows. You got to do the Ottawa shows.
100%.
You got to like go from all these small bars on the way to Toronto.
Kingston, Hawkesbury, all them little places.
Do these little spots along the way. It's easy to do it.
I feel like that's where you're gonna rack up the most like local fans free.
Dude, fans. You're going in farm areas
because you look like you're doing it. You're from Montreal.
You're going to farm areas, and these people. You look so what's it called, exotic,
Yeah,
this man looks like he's a fucking superstar.
He's so tall.
And literally, Becky was fucking at the farmhouse 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like You're like
Shout out Becky.
shout out to Becky. But once you go further away from Montreal and you go to these smaller towns, bro, they got that one bar over there. You know what I mean? They got no nightlife. So if you pop up and there's Dante Crooks there with his big ring and going with all that energy, they're gonna flip, bro. They're gonna flip. It's like they're getting a US show. They're getting a big mainstream artist that's rolling through the town.
Yeah, I'm definitely hyped. Like, I have so many goals to accomplish for the end of the year, even going into next year. Like, I want to go to the US. I got some music coming with some Houston artists, you know, shout out D-Raw. So it's like, I'm definitely trying to do the whole New York, LA, Atlanta, Florida, you know, get it popping and expand, man. Because I feel like,
Every place that you mentioned, that's the spots, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. I feel like my sound is so rich, and I don't want to sound like cocky or nothing, you know, but I just feel like my sound is so rich. It's like it would be a dishonor for me not to take it out of the city and do something with it, you know. There's so much talent, so it's like all about staying focused and knowing what I want and just going to get it like full force, you know. I'm an Aries, so all I know is being hard-headed, so I'm just trying to go for it, you know.
I think the fact that you're hard-headed and everything, that's a good trait to have, because you get dead set on what you want to achieve. And when you're like tunnel vision, you're like, dude, we're doing it. A lot of people 21 years old, bro, they're all over the place, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to go to the studio, I want to make these tracks, I want to get that bag, but I don't want to put in the work.
Yo, me, I seen my mom basically take care of all her younger sisters and brother and really be like the head of the house when my grandparents weren't there, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me now, it's like when I see that as my example, it's like me, I know this determination and just motivation, waking up every day and just having to do what you got to do. Like, no matter what, like, you got to be focused on what you're doing because you want to accomplish this, you know? Be who you want to be tomorrow, today. That's why, like, the future and the present. I feel like I'm super advanced for my age, mentally, and just like what I'm doing, right? So it's like, I wanna already be who I want to be, but now, you know? That's what I try to portray all the time, you know?
Like, I find like Caribbeans, Jamaicans, they always have these good sayings, you know what I mean? There's this one guy I know. What do you say? Because you just said one right now. I'm gonna run it back when I start editing the episode.
For sure.
What he said was, he was talking with his neighbor, and the neighbor's like, he was talking about his niece, and his niece just started working. She's 13 years old or something like that.
Okay, dope.
And she's like, oh, isn't that a little too young? And what did he say? He's like, you're never too young to earn, and you're never too old to learn.
Real shit, though.
And I say that every time now, like whenever.
Caribbeans got a very slick tongue, you know?
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, so I think we're getting towards that time of the day, but you got to pick up that gem. Drop some words of wisdom on the people out there.
Okay, so things I could say is never be scared to be you, you know? I feel like a lot of people are trying to follow the others and follow like the crowd and shit. Those people are drifters, they're sheep, you know? Wake up, you know what I mean? Like, yo, escape the matrix. You know what you got to do for yourself, and it's like, just do it, man. Yo, just deal with it, buckle up, get it done. If you want to become a freaking firefighter, go to school and become a firefighter, fam. It's not hard, you know? Stay out the streets if you can't be in the streets, because all y'all ratting on your people and putting people into bad situations because you can't handle your own, like, problems. Like, you should just focus on improving your life in a better way, you know what I mean? Shout out to 40 guys, free my brother Genius, already know. And yeah, those are my gems, man.
That was a great gem, bro. That was a great gem. Very intellectual. Everything that you said today was fucking spot on. I think we have like 2 more minutes. You just said something. I want to touch on it.
Oh, for sure.
This Young Thug Gunna situation, snitching on the dudes. What do you think right now with these tracks that are coming out?
To be honest, bro, like,
Like,
okay.
I don't know. For me, I'm listening to what's that dance I'm seeing right now? Me listening to the new Gunner because he didn't snitch on me. Come on.
Yo, the thing is like, okay, if we're gonna be objective about it, he snitched. It is what it is. But the music is fuego, fam. You know what I mean? The music's fire. What I can say subjectively though, if you're a part of a brotherhood, even the police, like they're a part of a brotherhood and they make sure they stick together. You know, if one goes down, everyone has to go down. When you're in a basketball drill, one person comes up late, everyone's doing suicides. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like when it comes to that, we can't even just talk about Gunna. Gunna's the one person that we know that's actually in the limelight, but it was bare people that are talking. You have to expect that when, like, you have to expect that when you're in the streets, man, and there's lives at stake, you know? People want to go back to their families. People want to go back to their mothers and stuff like that. So it's like, you can't expect a person to sacrifice you for them, or vice versa, excuse me. At the same time, though, like, that shouldn't be the case, you know? Nobody should be telling, if you're doing this, you know what you're getting into, you know? You stay silent. You pay for your lawyer. You have money next for your lawyer. You do what you got to do. But that's not reality. You know what I mean? Like, life works in mysterious ways. So I feel like, yo, Free Young Thug, his music's crazy. Me, I love his music. He's one of my inspirations, to be honest, when it comes to, like, this trap melodic shit. Because, yo, he really uses his voice as an instrument, you know? The little certain ad-libs that he'll add, you know, like, it creates a sound, a wave that's just on fire. So I use that a lot. So free that nigga, man. I hope shit gets better for his situation. But, like, you do the crime, you do the time. You know what I mean? He knew what he was signing up for. It is what it is.
See, that's like another gem drop right there. That was like 2 in a row. Also, wait, I'm going to leave it on this. Didn't something come out? Didn't, like, a piece of evidence come out right now that Young Thug was snitching to him?
Sure, the whole Atlanta right now is infested with rats. I don't know what's going on.
We'll leave it at that.
I think New York need to come and exterminate it.
6ix9ine gotta come to Atlanta.
Man. Stupid, you know what I mean?
All right. Tell the people where they can find the music. Tell the people everything Dante Crooks.
All platforms, DC in the cut _ on Instagram, Dante Crooks everywhere else. Just searching my name. You're gonna find my nice, beautiful smile, the pinky ring, you feel me? DC all over. It's a Crooks world.
That's right. And what's the next drop that's coming?
Mama's House. Y'all stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast. We out.
Welcome, everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts.
And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle, under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now we welcome to the hustle.
Get well introduced to all three of us.